Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Charlie Hollerith, Principal, and it's indeed my pleasure to welcome you to the 2019 Model Center graduation. Model, as many of you know, has been around in our district for many, many years, predating many of us who've worked in the district for any length of time. It was founded as a demonstration high school based on the work of Ted Sizer and the Coalition of Essential Schools, a national reform movement. Model is founded on the core values of meaningful work, intellectual engagement, growth, creativity, relationships, and community. Sizer would have characterized this program as a sanctuary for learning. This program epitomizes student-centered learning in its most authentic way. The spaces here are created to nurture and get the best thinking out of our students. Model is a community that thrives on the relationship between students and teachers and students to students. Creativity and curiosity begin when you enter the front door. In turn, students exit being much more self-aware, more confident they can make a difference and understand their place in the world and the social responsibilities that it carries. Context here matters greatly. If I've heard it once, I've heard it many times. Quote, Model was the best experience my child ever had in high school. Or, Model was a lifesaver for my son or daughter. I recently sat through part of a student discussion in a Model class and heard students talk about the impact the course had on them. Thank you, students and parents, for believing in this program. I recently gave tours to state and international educators, and as I took them through and explained the programs here at Model to them, they were in awe by what they saw. They said, you have something very special here in this place. Indeed, we do. I want to thank our Model graduates for your hard work, commitment, and your dedication to the Model core values and competencies. You should feel good that you can make a difference in the world, and the world will be a better place because of your efforts. I want to thank the Model teachers and staff here for their tireless work with our Model graduates. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Kathleen. Thank you, Andrea. Thank you, Nicole. And thank you, Liza. I also want to thank Kim Vetter and Amanda Lindstrom for organizing this event, and I want to thank Vicki Chandler, who is taping this on behalf of the district this afternoon. Our program today will be highlighted by teacher Matt Huda and former Model alumni Jessica Jones, who will speak. She was also the first recipient of the Linda Hutchinson Memorial Scholarship. And then that will be followed by senior farewells, which really get at the impact that Model has had on our students. I want to thank Linda Hutchinson's family for their generosity and commitment to funding this outstanding scholarship that we will award today. So thank you, Nicole and Tricia, for being here again. And it's now my pleasure to introduce and say a few words. Please welcome Matt to the podium.
Good afternoon. At Model, we often ask our students to reflect on the learning in an effort to help them process and make sense of how it applies to their lives. As I was presented with the opportunity to speak today, I felt it was only appropriate to reflect on my own experience teaching at Model and the impact it has had on my own life as an educator. When I first began my teaching career at Model 12 years ago, I was given the unique opportunity to create courses and design curriculum that would allow students to explore topics they were passionate about. As I contemplated which courses I would initially offer, I began to reflect on my own high school experiences and ask myself what really inspired me to develop a passion for learning and understand why I chose to become a high school science teacher. It was in this moment when I realized that my passion for learning did not come from the courses listed on my transcript or from the pages of a textbook, but rather the teachers who made my learning meaningful and engaging every day when I walked into the classroom. Model has given me the opportunity to share my passion for science with so many students throughout the years. I see my colleagues sitting here today, and I can tell you that they too are devoted to making learning a meaningful and engaging experience for their students. The core values and core competencies have been the driving force behind courses designed and taught in Model over the past 29 years. We believe that education goes beyond the classroom and is a culmination of experiences that fuel passion and leave a lasting impact on our students. And so we are here today watching our graduating seniors preparing to enter a world that is in a constant state of change. With new careers and technologies developing as we look forward to the future, I often ask my students what they may want to pursue as a career, and I can see the gears turning as they grapple with one of the toughest questions they will encounter in life. My advice to our graduates is to let your experiences guide your passion, and you will discover your place in this world. Before we move on to our alumni speaker, I would like to end with a quote from a book by Robert Freed called The Passionate Teacher, which is a book that I read when I was studying education at Michigan State. Of some of our teachers, we remember the foibles and mannerisms of others, their kindness and encouragement, or their fierce devotion to standards of work that we probably didn't share at the time. And those we remember most, we remember what they cared about, and that they cared about us, and the person we might become. We certainly care about our students here at Model, and we're happy to have shared part of our lives with you. And on that note, I would like to hand it over to a former Model student, Jess Jones, who is a member of the 2011 graduating class.
Hey everyone, my name's Jessica Jones. It really is, I swear to God. People ask me now since that show came out, they're like, really? And I'm like, it's a really common name, you guys. Yeah, it's real, I swear. So, as Matt and Charlie mentioned, I graduated in 2011. I took 18 total classes at Model from the time I was a sophomore. Yeah, that was 2008, which is 11 years ago, which is insane. Yesterday, I spoke with Matt and Andrea over their lunch because I texted Andrea and told her that I was floundering, that I couldn't figure out what I was going to say in this speech. And the issue, she was like, well, you know, you just talk about, you know, what Model meant to you. And I was like, no. The issue is not that I don't have enough to say. The issue is that I have too much to say. And then I kept restarting this speech over and over and over again. And I was crying, and it was so difficult for me to find one direction. And I'm so happy that we had that phone call, you guys, because it really played into exactly what Model is. And instead of coming over and over how much this school provided me a sense of community, a sense of ethics and social responsibility, I am still in contact with Freedom House. I've spoken to Deb. We're about to have lunch soon. I have numerous volunteer opportunities from here. I have been told over and over again that I was an asset in the classrooms I had in college, simply because I was questioning the questions and not just the answers, the way that Model taught me. What I didn't know when I was sitting over there was that would be the case. Is that when you go to college or wherever you go in your first job, wherever it is that you're going to go, you're going to be an asset there. And people are going to see your value right away because you had this experience. That, in and of itself, is what Model is. In my graduation speech last time I was up here, I said, these people who are Model, they teach through love. And that's really what's at the core of it here. I mean, we can dance around all we want, but that's the ultimate core. Bill Boyle, who was the principal at that time of Model, said in his speech during my graduation, our practices are old-fashioned and simple, so much so that they can't go away. Because really, authentic learning is a simple thing. It requires a learner with important questions. So we try to find a learner, and then we try to help the learner answer his or her questions. That's all there is to it. And that's true. And the difference between model and traditional schooling is inherent and accepted in those words. And that is, at model, you start with the learner, the person. It is not knowledge disseminated to its constituents. It is a person and their internal, academic, and every single range, their conscious experience. It starts with the person. And what that tells youth is that they matter more than what they do, more than what they say, more than what they accomplish, more than whatever you do from here. You don't have to change the world. Just being here is enough. And you already did that. And sometimes that's a real feat. That's a real feat. And you don't ever have to do anything again. You just sit down. You just sit down for the rest of your life, and you're still going to matter. You know? And when you have that, and when you know that inherently, then your natural curiosity can flourish. And that's what schools like this allow. That's so much more important than any form of changing the world that is considered by traditional schooling. And I know that all the parents here, when you think to yourself, if you ever do, alone, which I think we all do alone in our quiet moments, have I done anything that mattered? Has any of this mattered? Did I do anything? And all of these parents here, I know they have an answer, and the answer is yes. And their answer is you. They can say, yeah, it's sitting right there. I did that. That mattered. Model like that is an incredible parent. And that's what we need more of. So, without further ado, thank you for this honor of letting me speak. And this school has given me so much guidance, and I relate everything back to my experience at Model, and it has helped me continue to be here and to continue remembering that I matter. So, thank you. Thank you.
And now to present the Linda Hutchinson Memorial Scholarship is Kathleen Howell.
Hello. Linda Hutchinson was the secretary at Model High School for 12 years, but in truth, her title probably should have been Superwoman, because she was so much more than that. Her true role and purpose, both in Model and in her life, was to nurture, and that's how she came to be known as the Model Mom. When Model High School was housed in other facilities, like Pine Lake and Hickory Grove elementary schools, Linda's desk was out in the open, and everyone who walked into Model walked by her desk, and she knew every kid's name who took classes at Model. She made it a point to know every kid's name. I remember that there were times that someone would come late to class, and I knew they were in the building because I had seen them get off the bus, or they were gone for a suspiciously long amount of time to the bathroom, and I knew that odds were they were sitting at Linda's desk, talking to her, because sometimes they just needed an adult to talk to, and that was Linda's gift, one of her many gifts. Every student who interacted with Linda received respect and validation, encouragement, honesty, and love from her. Her unexpected passing was a great, great loss to Model, and it affected us all very deeply. A former student, Kyle Taylor, founded this annual scholarship in her honor. The criteria for determining the recipient are the Model core values themselves. The scholarship is awarded to a graduating senior of Model Center, and the applicant will have taken at least 2 classes and 2 semesters at Model during his or her high school career. The finalists are selected by the Model staff, and the recipient is chosen by Linda's family. Education in particular was of utmost importance to Linda. Even though she did not have the opportunity to attend college, she was a vocal advocate of higher education. As a single mom, she worked tirelessly to instill this value in her children, Nicole and Craig. And we are so pleased that Linda's daughter Nicole is here from Texas, and that her stepdaughter Trish is also here with us today to help us remember Linda and to present her memorial scholarship. So on behalf of the model community and staff, and on behalf of Linda's family, I would like to announce the 2019 Linda Hutchinson Memorial Scholarship recipient is Lily Formanek. So Lily, you probably recognize this plaque because your sister's name is on it, but you can't take this with you, sorry. We're gonna keep it here at Model, but we're gonna put your name on it right there, and so I can take a picture and text it to you. So you can come back and look at it, but congratulations.
Now, we would like to open up the mic for senior farewells. So if any of you would like to come on up and say a few words, I'm sure the model staff and your parents would appreciate it. So.
Start with your name.
All right, I'm Odette Jasper. Model has been a huge thing for me. Like ever since I was a freshman, I've been in Model because Andrea was my advisory teacher, and we had, but back when advisory was like every other day, the end of the day, and it was my favorite part. And at first, it was kind of like, oh my God, Model, like it's this different place. You could be more talkative, be more loud. Like it was just exciting as a kid, you know, being very mature and excited, and just the amount of like growth I've gained from Model, and especially my teachers, all of them. Thank you so much for everything you've done for me. Especially, I want to thank Andrea because she's been super supportive of my art. She helped me to get on the invitation for you guys, and just everything. I'm super grateful that I've been here. It's really helped me grow in personal ways, at home, and just my whole self, like everything. It's really helped me, honestly. And I'm kind of nervous, having trouble talking about certain stuff, but yeah, no, I really appreciate you guys. You guys all heard me out in ways I can't even explain. It's really helped me. Thank you guys.
All right. So I'm Connor Renou, and I've also been taking classes here at Model for about 4 years. I took advisory here as a freshman with Kathleen, and since then I've been taking more and more classes through the years, getting to know the building and the staff more and more. And you'll hear it a lot, I'm sure, but there is an experience in this building that is sort of unparalleled by anything else, even across the street at main campus, because there's a level of hands-on experience here that you just can't get anywhere else. I speak for all of you guys in here who are more creatively inclined when I say that there is no experience like, being able to do an individual film project or learning how to work that time machine that Vicky's got over there. I mean, the fact that I can turn that thing on is a miracle. So, I think that whether it is art or film or journalism or whatever it is that you may be going into, this is the place to be. This is the place to learn about it, and part of that comes with the immense connection that we all have with the staff at Model. There is something unlike anything else we've experienced when it comes to the staff. I've grown to know every member of the staff here, whether I've taken their class or not. I can still say hello to them in passing, and just have a brief conversation with them about whatever it may be, whether it be classes or something outside of that. So I'm more than pleased to have been a part of this curriculum for all 4 of my years of high school. It has been an absolute honor for me, and I know it has been for all of us. So thank you all for that and making this this experience as amazing as it has been. Thank you.
My name is Clayton Ravencar. I didn't prepare anything, but I'm just gonna try and speak from the heart here. So unlike Connor and Odette, I've not been taking model classes since my freshman year. I started last year, the second semester, when I accidentally got switched into human pathology with Mr. Hida. So I'm a newcomer, you could say. But immediately I really started to realize that model's not, as Connor said, anything like any other classes. It's not as academically rigorous, but it's equally mentally challenging, if not more. And it teaches you more than just pure content review or how to memorize concepts. It's really hands-on. I remember almost every single class we were looking under a microscope to look at different slides and really analyze them. It teaches you how to be a better person. I know through the group projects I was able to make some really, really close relationships with people in my class, and it teaches you just how to think outside the box and be a different kind of learner, not one that adheres to the very strict curriculum that I think main campus and most high schools around the country really do adhere to. And I've really been appreciative of that, and my teachers, Mr. Hida and Ms. McCoy, have really just been a great part of my model journey, and I'm very grateful that I got to experience that. Thank you.
My name is Austin Wiggins, and for those of you who don't know, yes, I am a twin, and if you look over to the right, you are not seeing double. And just like Keitan was saying, I'm a newcomer as well. I did actually what is Exploring Electronic Media, which is now Intro to Broadcasting. And I was super interested in radio and wanted to continue my career in radio as well as broadcasting. And with Vicky and Miss Tier in that class helping me every single day, even though I can be really annoying, and just I had that sense of drive to always be the best within the class. There were some occasional days where I was a junior, I was like, oh my gosh, I got one more year. But I think my biggest regret was not taking more model classes. And freshman year, I had world literature with Kathleen, and then sophomore and junior year, I did not have any classes with her, which really disappointed me. And then I'm glad I can end my high school career for radio as well as just writing in general because with Kathleen, because she was the one person that actually got me into writing, and I absolutely love it. So I just wanted to say thank you to Kathleen and especially all the other model teachers.
I'll try not to. I'll be okay. Hi, I'm Emma Pooler. I started my model journey also freshman year in advisory with Matt, and I didn't start taking actual model classes until junior year maybe, yeah. And that was with Jeff in Adventure English. And since freshman year advisory, I knew that model was different. Even though it wasn't like an actual class, you just felt the energy here was different. The teaching style was different. The teachers here are different. They understand, they want to help you. They want the best for you. And it's like going from the other campus to model, it was just like kind of like a release off your shoulders, because you know that what you're doing here, I don't want to say matters more, but it feels like it means more to not just yourself, but to other people. And I remember in my adventure English class, probably one of the best classes I ever took, our class basically became like a little family. It was like kind of weird, like I don't, but like we were all kind of like connected, and Jeff, like just the teachers, they helped connect us and bind us together, and we were all so different, but we all got along, and we were okay to agree to disagree. We were okay to have like in-depth conversations about like insane social issues, but like be okay with it, you know? It wasn't aggressive towards anyone. It was just a conversation. And this year I had Detroit Lit with Kathleen, and I also had Film and Comp, and I also had AP Psych with Andrea. And Andrea had been gone for the past 2 years, and I was hoping that she came back this year, and she did. And it's just, they encourage you to do so much more with yourself. They encourage you to see your full potential. I've been an art student all 4 years, and Traub art competition, I don't know if you guys know what that is, but I was not gonna do it, and Andrea really encouraged me to do it, and it wasn't about winning it, it was just like expressing myself, and she helped me realize that, and it takes a lot out of, not a lot, but to feel other people's love towards you gives you a lot more motivation, whether or not it's like in a school setting or just having a conversation, you know. It's really enjoyable being here, and I encourage everyone to take at least one class at Model. Yeah.
Hi, I'm McKenzie Carpenter, and just kind of like Clayton, my model journey didn't start till my second semester of my junior year. I'll be honest, before I ever took a model class, I guess there's kind of this misconception that model is, you know, kind of a blow-off place. It's not really for academics, it's just, you know, not serious. And I was like, well, you know, I'm not gonna partake in that. But I decided to take a go at it, and I honestly have no regrets. I guess we all have something going on, no matter what time in our lives, and I guess through our lives, more than half of the time it happens at school. Stuff that you can control and stuff that you can't. And this year, personally for me, was a very hard year. I went through a lot of stuff that, you know, just took a big toll on me, but every time that I walked into Model, every morning, you know, it just somehow felt that all the stress was lifted off my shoulders, that I could go somewhere for an hour and a half every morning and just feel relaxed, feel loved. I think that's one thing that Model really encompasses that you can't get anywhere else, is love. I mean, everybody's just there for you. Everybody's so supportive. It's just such a welcoming environment. And yeah, my biggest regret is honestly not taking more model classes, you know, but I'm really happy that I did. And I just think it's such a big part of our school. I think more people should know how great this program is, and I hope it stays running, because for me, I know that more than half of the stuff that I've gone through this year, I really wouldn't have been able to make it without the support of everybody, and especially I'd like to say Andrea. I didn't know what I wanted to do. Throughout the past 4 years of high school, I had no clue what I wanted to major in, and you know, at the start of my senior year, I was freaking out because I was like, I have to apply. Do I go undecided? What do I do? After 1 week of AP Psych, I knew that I wanted to do psychology, and I have stuck with it. So I am now double majoring in psychology and behavioral neuroscience. And if it wasn't for Andrea, I don't think I would have found my passion. So thank you to you.
So my model journey started my freshman year as well when I had advisory with Jeff, and I never showed up because I always went to the choir room. But even though I didn't show up to come to model, I still ended up taking like 12 classes. And I weaseled my way into taking film 3 times, and I also weaseled my way into taking imaging 3 times. But even though I sometimes like whined through the classes and I was like, ugh, I don't want to go because it's school, I still managed to have every single teacher over here, and even when the semester would be over, I would be like, wow, that class, like, I loved that class. And I would just like to say thank you to the model teachers. Even though I whined through your classes, I promise I actually enjoyed them. I swear. You provided me education about stuff that I actually cared about, and I would like to thank you for that.
Hello, my name's Ava. I think my model journey started my junior year when I was peer pressured into joining the news. But my whole life, even before high school, I was I was a total music kid, and I was like, okay, well that's what I'm gonna do, and I'm just gonna focus on that, and that's fine, and I'll take all my required classes, and then I'll just go to music school, and everything will be fine. And then I came here, and I was challenged to do more with myself and my skills, and I had things inside of me that I didn't know I was capable of doing. And I would just really like to thank Vicki and Mrs. Tier and Mrs. Conklin for kind of unlocking that inside of me and showing me that I was more than a music student and I was capable of more. Being a music student can sometimes be really lonely. I go to private voice lessons and I practice by myself. So it's really fun to come in the morning and have a whole group of people to work with that all have the same skill sets and goals as you, but are still different outside of the classroom and are interested in what you have happening after high school and outside of the class. And I think it's just been a really valuable thing for me and for everybody overall. So I just want to say thank you, my teacher.
Hello, so my name is Alexandria Grant. My model journey started, I think really sophomore year because I wanted to do women's studies and it never ran until senior year. So I was determined to get into model. So my first class was really TV. That was junior year, and then I went into film and comp with Miss Kathleen. And then it just continued to senior year where I did women's studies. It finally ran. And Lit Connections, which we went to the middle school and we helped kids who had disabilities and we were their mentees. So modeling to me, it is really fun, and they take out time to understand the students. They don't just push you aside when you need to talk to them. They answer all your emails if you need help, understanding an assignment. If you just need to talk to them or go see them, it's great. And then I also took house psychology, which helped me a lot because I had so much anxiety. And you actually really helped me meditate, get my anxiety down, actually research how to get it down, do methods, watch videos, and do research about it. And yeah.
My name is Caitlin, and I just wanted to take this opportunity to say thank you. I did not always make it easy on you guys, and I know that, but throughout my experience here, I was able to have every single one of you as a teacher, Mr. Huda, Nicole, Liza, Kathleen, and Andrea, and I wanted to say thank you for being patient. Thank you for always welcoming me with open arms, and just, I don't know, the patience is a big part of it. It is. But I enjoyed every moment I spent here when I did show up. And I don't have a single bad thing to say about any of you. I tend to be a very opinionated person. So thank you for the chance to take these classes, and thank you for everything you do for all of us. It means the world to me, and I know it means the world to everyone. So thank you.
Alright, cool. I don't know what I'm about to say. Hi, Kyle. Okay, so everyone here, the majority, they were either like a newbie or they were a hard veteran. I'm like in between, started as a sophomore, where I was recommended to take model by one of my friends because they know I like hands-on learning and I really like the lecture style. And then when I went to go sign up for classes, it was like, hey, you have to have an interview to get into model. And I was so unbelievably confused because I thought it was going to be this laid-back thing, but then it was like, you need an interview. So I went into the interview, and the principal of model, I forget his name back like, yep. And he like, I don't know what happened. he sat us all down in a circle, and he was like, hey, this is the interview. What are you excited about doing at model? What are your fears? What can I help you with? And that's what makes model different, is that it kind of gets rid of that stigma that teachers are there to just lecture you, give you a grade, and move on, just be another part of the pack. With model, the teachers are really like your friends. Like, they actually care about who you are. They care about giving you a solid education. And when I was a sophomore, the first class I took was zoology with Matt. And I really, really, really liked zoology. And I'd like to give a special shout out to Matt and for all of the model teachers for allowing us, as all the students, to pursue our passions. If you have something that you want to learn about at model, and they don't teach it to you yet, you can go up to any one of the facilitators and they will let you do it hands down, no questions asked, if that's what you're truly passionate about. So I'd like to give a big thank you to everyone for having an impact on all of our lives and really allowing us to pursue our passions and making us better human beings, not just students.
I just want.
Say your name.
Oh, I'm Shahar Lewis. A lot of people that have come up here have really talked about how model has been kind of a different learning environment with being more hands-on and kind of teaching the students more of what they want to learn, not just memorization. But beyond that, just that, I wanted to give a thank you to the model teachers for always breaking the boundaries between a student-teacher relationship and just being kind of like a family. You guys have truly shaped me into who I am and have given me people that I can talk to and people that I can go to. Whether it's me getting into a car accident before school and Andrea being there to calm me down and kind of settle me in, or me being stressed out about college and Mr. Huda just coming up to me and saying, hey, everything's going to work out in the future. Or just Liza and Nicole and Kathleen, who have all just guided me towards kind of being a more optimistic and a better person and being more kind of in touch with who I am and just being a better person overall. I've truly appreciated everything that you guys have done for me and for every student likewise. You guys have allowed us to not just sit in your class and kind of go through the motions, but you've allowed us to participate and to grow and to truly become who we are. And I'm so grateful for everything that you've done for me, and not just giving me a place to learn and to be happy, but giving me people that I can go to if I ever encounter any trouble or if I just need a friend to talk to. So thank you.
Okay, I wasn't gonna do this because I'm like really bad at speaking in front of people, but I started at model when I was a junior with Detroit Lit with Jeff, but he's no longer here, but that's fine. I'm gonna be honest, I took model because I thought it was a blow-off class and I wanted just an easy A, and I just wanted to like chill for an hour. But I soon realized that that was not what model was. Even though, yes, it is less stress and there isn't like, it's more laid back. There's so much that goes on in the class, but it's more like student driven, so it doesn't really seem like there's a lot going on, kind of, if you get what I'm saying. But I had Kathleen, my girl, love you. You have helped me through so much, and you're more of like a friend, I feel. And yeah, I just love you. And I'm gonna miss you, and I hope everything goes well for you in the future. But yeah.
So I didn't start my model experience my freshman year, but I really wish I had. Because I've only taken 3 classes here, Film Comp 1, Film Comp 2, and Intro to Broadcasting. And I got into Intro to Broadcasting halfway through the semester. Mrs. Tier and Victor were like, hey, do you want to join TV News? And I was like, I'm a senior, unfortunately. And then I went on and did my little radio stint, and Ron was like, you should join the radio, but I'm a senior, so I can't. And the main campus core classes are all fine and dandy, but those are requirements. Model is not a requirement, but you definitely need it. I'm not always a person to develop a relationship with a teacher or to really talk to them too much, if I'm being honest with myself. But even without really knowing the teachers too well, I still got the same experience from Model, as in this was a good place to be. Because at Model I could be an individual, I could be a person. I didn't get the same feeling at the main campus. That was more of a number or a seat or a letter or a grade or something like that. But Model, it was really creative classes where you had projects where you could show who you were and how you developed throughout the years, especially I guess if you went through all 4 years. And with only 2 years under my belt, it was still a very valuable experience, and I'm going to remember it forever. So I want to thank Mrs. Conklin and Miss Tier and Vicky for my a wonderful senior last semester experience. Thank you.
My name is Michael Wiggins. I'm the other twin. I just wanted to give a personal thank you so much, and I'm graduating, to Kathleen Conklin. And patience was the big thing. I stole that from Caitlin, sorry. And just a big thank you. I had Digital Narratives, which is TV News, with Danielle Tier and Vicky. And I took just TV News and Film and Comp 1 and Film and Comp 2. I took Film and Comp 1 with Bograt, though. Completely different class. Bograt was way more laid back. But Kathleen is very laid back as well. Except you just have to turn in the work on time. Yeah. Personal thank you. I haven't had a chance to experience any of the model teachers except for Andrea, and then I got switched out because I needed the graduation requirement, so apologies for that. And then just a personal thank you, and I wouldn't be who I am without you guys. Thank you.
Well, if you didn't understand what model meant or the impact model has had, I think the last 25 minutes has pretty well detailed that, and I want to thank all of you for your sincere comments, and again, thank the staff here for all that they do to make this program so impactful for students, sincerely. We have a little gift, so we're going to call each of you up in model tradition, first name only, to give you that and allow you to have one more hug with the model staff, and then afterwards, once we get done, we'll give one final recognition, and then we have a reception out here, which we'd like you to hopefully join us in and continue the many fond memories that Model has provided. So, Matt, would you like to do the duties in reading the names? Sure. Is your names called? Just please come up and we'll go from there.
Who's starting?
Yep.
Kuzma. Donovan. Lily. Adam.
Thank you, Matt.
Annie.
Annie, congratulations.
Molly. Ava. Kennedy.
Congratulations.
Emma.
Congratulations.
Connor. Noah. Sammy. Michael.
Great job.
Austin. Keaton. Odette. Caitlin.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Maria. Hannah. Jimmy.
Jimmy, congratulations. Thank you.
McKenna.
Congratulations.
Alex. Alexandria. had to differentiate. Paige.
Paige Perry, congratulations.
Thank you.
Shaharza.
Congratulations.
Michael.
Congratulations.
Mariella.
Congratulations.
I mean, I know I'll see you.
And Lucas.
Way to go.
Thank you.
And Justice.
Justice. Congratulations. So could we have our graduates stand one last time? Ladies and gentlemen, let's give these